Guys, we have a big breaking news coming out. Explosions rock Russian ammunition depot, oil refineries, petrochemical plant amid mass Ukrainian drone strike. At the same time, Russia is responding. I want to show you something really quick here. So do me a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Thank you so much for your support. Russian reservists face call-ups as Ukraine hits refineries. Look at this here. So the Russian President Putin on Tuesday signed a law that allows using reservists to guard oil refineries after Ukrainian drone strike led to gasoline shortages in some regions. All right, so we're going to see what's going on here, guys. These oil facilities are getting hit really hard. There's a gas shortage, and Putin is making his move. All right, guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. And for those of you that want to help and support this channel, we do have the Cash App link and the PayPal link in the comments box and also description box. Thank you again for your support. Guys, do me a favor, if you can, share this video on your post on YouTube. The link, just copy the link and share it on your YouTube post or Facebook or Twitter. It would actually help out to spread the videos, spread out the this channel. The platform is doing their job once again. It's really sad that this is happening to a lot of channels. So with your support, again, please share it. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. All right, so Kiev has been targeting Russian oil refineries in a retribution for Moscow drones and missile strikes in Ukraine, and in an attempt to cut off energy revenues that fund Russian army. So again, we mentioned this multiple times. Russia is continuing this war because they're using the profit, the funds from the oil that they're selling, all right? And so they're using that profit to continue this military operation going on in Ukraine. But Ukraine is now hitting those oil facility, the companies, and is actually hurting the pockets of the Russians when it comes to using a profit for the military operation. Kiev has been targeting, once again, the bare refineries. So it says here, Ukraine has struck Russian energy infrastructure throughout the nearly 4-year war, but has intensified its strike in recent months, causing petrol prices to spike and forcing some regions to introduce fuel rationing. And it says the bill signed by Putin provides for allowing the army reservists, who account for 2 million people according to the Russian lawmakers, to be called up for guarding critical infrastructure, including refineries. So they're calling up the reservists. Hey, you guys are coming. You're going to protect all these oil facilities. So this is a big breaking news here, guys. At the same time, Putin had also signed a law allowing conscription all year round, previously possible only during limited periods in fall and spring. Around 700,000 Russian soldiers are stretched across the lengthy front line in Ukraine, according to Putin, who was so far able to enlist enough men in the army thanks to the hefty payments and social benefits. But the heavy military spending has started to strain the Russian state budget, with Moscow raising taxes to plug a rising deficit. Moscow legally bars conscripts from being deployed to combat, but after the military service, men enter Russia's reserves, making them eligible to be drafted in future rounds of mobilization. Most of the 300,000 reservists drafted to fight in Ukraine during mobilization in 2022 were former conscripts. So once again, guys, the Russian reservists face call-ups as Ukraine hits refineries. So Putin is making his move now. We're going to go with this next one. And this is the reason why Putin is calling up reservists, because of this stuff here. Another explosion rocked Russian ammunition depot, oil refineries, petrochemical plant amid mass Ukrainian drone strike. How do you weaken the bear without firing nuclear? Hit the oil refinery. That's how you weaken the bear. All right, so Lukoil, man, that's a long name. Lukoil refinery is Russia's, I'm going to skip that name, Oblast, was hit by Ukrainian drones overnight on November the 4th, 2025. A source in Ukraine military intelligence told the Kiev Independent. Now it says here over 50 Ukrainian-made drones, including Bober and FPV-1 models, were used in a joint operation conducted by HUR, the Armed Forces, and the Special Operation Forces, according to the source. The refinery was reportedly struck while ongoing repairs to a rectification column used for primary oil processing. Video footage circulating online showed flames at the facility, which local monitoring channels identified as the likely target of the strike. Lukoil is one of Russia's largest oil refineries, supplying fuel to the Moscow region, which accounts for about 30% of the country's gasoline consumption. The refinery's annual crude processing capacity is around 17 million tons, producing over 50 types of petroleum products, including automotive, aviation, and diesel fuels, as well as bitumen and paraffin. Now, earlier that night, Russia's defense ministry claimed it had downed 85 drones across multiple regions, including other territories. You got multiple territories here. I'm just going to highlight. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The blast occurred amid a reported drone strike on the site in the city of Dovzhnak, Luhansk Oblast. The city is located about 80 kilometers, that's 50 miles southeast of the city of Luhansk, and has been occupied by Russian forces since 2014. Here's a map. I mean, a picture. Russian occupied territory in Luhansk Oblast. So those are the regions that were annexed back in 2022. Now, explosions were reported at a petrochemical plant in Sterlintamok, a city in Russia's Republic of, I'm going to skip that name. The mayor, Emel, said on November 4th that as a result of the explosion, part of the water purification facility collapsed. Yikes. All emergency services are currently at the scene. The cause of the explosion is being investigated, he said, adding that 5 were working at the facility according to preliminary data and no one was injured. Explosions were reported by the independent outlet Astra in the Russian city of Lipetsk amid air and sirens in the city. In Russia's Volgograd Oblast, an electrical substation was damaged due to falling drone debris, the governor claimed. Once again, overnight on November 3rd, Alexander, the governor of Kursk region, said that a substation in the city of Luhansk was attacked. As a result, more than 16,000 consumers in various areas were left without power. Now, once again, the Kiev Independent could not immediately verify the detail of all the strikes. But once again, guys, there was a massive explosion. Another oil facility was hit. So what's next for Russia? Well, they calling up the reservists and trying to get as many out there to guard these oil facilities. It's coming to a point that it's getting really bad now, and gas shortage is not looking, but it's getting a lot worse now in Russia. There's some places out there that you can't fill up your gas tank. They have a certain amount, possibly half a tank or something, but it's not looking good. Now, give me a second here. Let me go back on X. I want to see if there's any more breaking news. Check out the links I posted today. It will be in the comments box. We talked about New York, and guys, a lot of stuff is coming to New York. There's a lot of things that's coming to the NY, and people need to start paying very close attention. Start waking up. Start waking up. Ukraine strikes elite Russian unit on Black Sea oil rig. Here's another one. Ukrainian forces claim they hit a Russian special forces unit stationed on the Slavyansk oil platform near occupied Crimea, another oil facility. The strike reportedly has taken an anti-tank crew, wow, and destroyed wrecking gear on the rig Russia seized in 2014 and turned into a floating spy base. Moscow released a video claiming it destroyed a Ukrainian boat, but Kiev says the footage shows its Suez drone slamming into Russian position. The platform is part of the Boykoi Towers, once used for gas drilling, now used for war. Wow. There's a video here. I'm not going to play the video, guys. I'm getting hit with all these copyright stuff. All right, give me 1 second here, guys. Trying to see if there's any more information here, guys. But it seems like this is all of it when it comes to the oil refineries, the oil companies that are getting hit left and right. By the way, I just want to bring this up really quick. Former Vice President Dick Cheney has passed. Again, he was 84 years old. My condolences and prayers goes out to the families and friends that lost their loved ones. And yeah, that was I think he was I think George Bush, under George Bush, if I'm not mistaken. I think I was like maybe 16 or 17. That was way back then. But again, my condolences and prayers goes out to the families and friends that lost their loved ones. All right. I'm trying to see if there's any more updates here, guys. I'm trying to focus on just this, the oil. Man, guys, I'm gonna have to bring something up. This is gonna be off topic, but I want to bring this up really quick. If a this is Donald, by the way. Donald is really putting out a lot of messages today because of New York, the election. If communist candidate Zoran wins the election for mayor of the Big Apple, it is highly unlikely that I will be contributing federal funds other than the very minimum as required to my beloved first home, because of the fact that as a commune, you know what, this once great city has zero chance of success or even survival. It can only get worse with a commune at the helm. and I don't want to send as president good money after bad. It is my obligation to run the nation. It is my strong conviction that New York City will be a complete and total economic and social disaster should Zoran wins. His principles have been tested for over 1,000 years, and never once have they been successful. I would much rather see a left who has had a record of success win than a communist with no experience and a record of complete and total failure. He was nothing as an assemblyman, ranked at the bottom of the class, and as mayor of potentially, again, the greatest city in the world. He has no chance to bring it back to its former glory. We must also remember this: a vote for Curtis, who looks much better without the Barrett, okay, is a vote for Zoran, which is very true. Whether you personally like Andrew or not, you really have no choice. You must vote for Andrew and hope he does a fantastic job. He is capable of it. Zoran is not. All right, so I did post a video. Zoran, I think he was on, I don't know, one of these left news media, and they were talking about free rent, free grocery, free this and free that. Zoran is like, wait a minute, no free food. No free food. It's just gonna be cheaper, and no free this, and it just, now he's changing his tone, right? So again, we talked about this, all this beautiful dream, and then once you get into the spotlight, I have to break some promises, guys. I can't give you free bus rides. That's not up to me. That's up to the state. Gotcha. Anyway, guys, like, subscribe, and share. And once again, go for Cuomo. You got to. You have no other choice. Curtis, don't go for Curtis. He's not gonna win, guys. He's not gonna win. Look, I want the man to win, but he's not gonna win. He's not going to win. So when you go for him, you're basically taking away from Cuomo. Again, we need Cuomo to be in the spotlight, not Zoran. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.